you are just seeing this video for the first time, usually we have talked about Georgia football because, well, Georgia football is a year-round thing. But now it's Brave season, shifting the conversation to the Braves. So I'll start just by this. The Braves moved Bryce Elder down to AAA. I think it's Ronaldo Lopez. Is that how you say his name? Do you know?
Yeah, I think that's correct.
I have it saved here. What is it? Yeah, Ronaldo Lopez. Isn't he the Marlins pitcher that gave us all that problems?
No, he came from somewhere, but I don't know.
This is already
it was an American League team.
Why? Okay, yeah. You're right. It was.
He throws fire, though. I know that.
Yeah,
he would come out of the pen.
That's why I remember him as the Nationals.
Okay.
So that's why I got him confused with the Marlins. He was with the Guardians, the Indians, RIP, in 2023. So that's probably who's going to be your fifth day. Also, Yona still, I mean, that guy had lightning in a bottle and then he got hurt. He's down in AAA. So the rotation is going to be Strider, Fried, Morton, Sell, and then Lopez. But Bryce Elder, he started in AAA last season at the beginning of the year, and then he went on that run pre All-Star break. I don't know the two. I guess to me the two glaring weaknesses of this Braves team is left field and the fifth day guy in the pitching rotation.
I would even put a finer point on it than that. Outside of Strider, and I've heard this guy, Ronaldo Lopez, throws fire, but the swing and misses in playoff baseball, that's what you've got to have, both from your starting pitching and also from your bullpen.
Yeah.
I think Anthopoulos went out and really bolstered the bullpen.
Bullpen's really good.
And I think he's trying to find those swing and misses, but you've got to find it somewhere on the pitching staff. Bryce Elder, precision pitcher, is not going to be a swing and miss guy. And if he's off that day, it can be lit up like a fucking pinball machine, dude.
Right.
And, if he's not on. Max Fried, this would be his last year probably in a Braves uniform. I'd like to see him go out, and I like him. A lot, but he hasn't been able to stay healthy, man. Blisters, flu. I mean, that's the whole knock. And Morton, him being 40-something years old, how durable is he? Sell's old.
You got Sell and Morton who are not going to go 20 games.
No,
they're not. So now we're either going to have more bullpen games, which is asking a lot of your bullpen, then your bullpen is going to be tired come October. Or we're going to have a couple of taxi.
It's going to be the AAA arms coming up to the spot.
Yeah, on like a Sunday getaway game or a Thursday noon game. That's a problem. And that's what plagued the Braves. And I know Braves fans are sometimes weird about this because they get really defensive. And it's okay to criticize your team. That's what lose in 2022. That's what caused them to lose in 2023 is the pitching staff. If the pitching staff was any competent level, even with the offense.
But they weren't shut down.
No, they weren't. They had nobody with Nels. Look what happened in 2021 and that great run that they had. There's only one guy left from that bullpen, but they had a magical month and a half where they were Nels every single time.
Mentor's left, and what's his name's coming back too? The other left
too. Yeah. So I lied. I forgot about Mentor. I've just been watching Matzek videos.
By the way, that was probably one of the most perfect innings ever in baseball.
Yeah, I don't think you could ever replicate that ever again.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So, that you have to have that in the postseason. Now, the bullpen, like you said, has gotten a lot better. I think spring. I know it's only spring training, but they've done a really good job coming in pitching relief. So my concern is the starting pitching, and then we can talk about this. Left field to me is going to be an issue. I like we
It's gonna be
still,
fine, dude. You got 3 players out there, right? You got Azuna, which heaven forbid he ever puts a glove on again, right? So he's gonna bat 230 and he's gonna hit his fucking 18 home runs, right? He's gonna be your designated hitter most games. Then you got the our boy that's come back. That's what's his name? Duvall's come back. Again, low average, but it's going to hit some dingers, probably drive in some runs. And then you got this young kid who's probably going to be playing day to day that's not going to offer you much of a bat. So you're going to be on a net out of left field, 230 average of 25 home runs and 85 RBIs. That's what you're going to get out of left field. And you know what? Compare that to the rest of baseball, man. That's a pretty good.
Well, whenever you have the Dodgers with Ohtani, Mookie, and Freddie, Trey Turner,
The Braves are not going to ever compete with that, dude. That's just not what we're going to do.
I mean, that's who you got to compete against in the National League. To get
well, I'm not money-wise.
Well, sure, but here's my thing. Can we just get a competent left fielder? I mean, the entire time, the Braves have never had a competent left fielder. They haven't. When's the last time the Braves had a really good left fielder? And Chipper Jones in 1999 does not count. So,
yeah, it's been a while.
Been a very long time. They haven't had a left fielder ever. So, we've had Andrew Jones, we've had Acuna,
Michael Harris.
Michael Harris. Did I say? Oh yeah, Michael Harris. That's another one. Jason Hayward early on in his career.
Not Vaughn Grissom, but what's the other Grissom?
Marquise Grissom.
Marquise, yeah.
Yeah, you threw me off.
Huh?
Yeah, could have had Barry Bonds, but that's neither here or there. There has always the Braves have not had a consistent left fielder. I guess the closest actually Martin Prado, but I guess he was kind of a utility guy. He was everywhere.
He was a utility guy.
It doesn't really count, but I will always love Martin Prado no matter what happens. So I would just like to have consistency. And this Kalinick guy, he might be really good, but he's struggling. I mean, he has a point. Last time I saw it, now it could change, obviously, because they did play today. They had a point. We're recording Monday. He has a .077 batting average in spring.
Well, he's due, man. That's what that means.
Oh, dude, and the season's like 3 weeks away.
I don't put a lot of stock in all that. I mean, they see upside on him, so I'll reserve judgment. But I hear you, and I don't disagree. But to me, what wins in playoff baseball, and the Braves are going to get to the play. They should. I'd be shocked. But what wins playoff baseball is pitching, and the starting pitching is old. We don't have enough swing and miss guys, and it's and I just don't know if we're going to be able to stay healthy for long enough in the year. And it's all about who gets hot at the end of the year, right? And Hickey Madoodle, our coach, is going to let everybody play 162, man. Acuna, 162. You know, it's at Albies, if he doesn't get hurt, 162.
Riley.
Yeah, Riley.
Now, I noticed I know they are playing Azuna at first.
They put him over there.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting.
Who else? I forgot who else they put at first. They were trying somebody else out at first base.
I don't know who.
I don't either, but
anyway, I mean, and then d'Arnaud and Murphy. Like Murphy had a great first half of the season, and then I think he got tired. I think they overused him. And I think he's one of the best catchers in the major leagues. but he can't play. Like he's got to get to like at least a day rest.
See, that's the other thing, and I know a lot of people in baseball are against it. You don't hit your like if you're playing Darno as a starting catcher,
You don't hit your catcher.
Yeah, in case something happens, right? And you don't want to get too hurt. But to me, I would much rather see that happen than run friggin' Azuna out there.
Well, I love Marcel. I think he's a great human being. I think his character is A++. It is Azuna from the Braves. But I don't think Marcel is the answer at DH.
Oh, I don't either.
And you have a swing and miss guy at the DH position who's probably he's probably playing 5th or 6th in the lineup, depending on the tinkering that Snicker does. I'm just not a big fan, but someone's going to have to. I mean, he's going to do it.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going to play it. So, and the Braves paid him a shitload of money, so he has to play. I'm not
going to ever count him out again because I counted him out like he was batting less than 100. He was hitting like their left fielder. You said he was .077, and all of a sudden went on a tear. It ended up close to 30 home runs, right?
Yeah, I think he hit.
I think he hit.
I want this on this podcast. I want all of Braves country to know, or Braves Nation, whatever the hell it's called. I never gave up on Marcell Ozuna. He's my number one player. You can have your Acuñas, you can have your Rileys and Albies and Matt Olsons. Marcell Ozuna is the face of the franchise. I never gave up on him. I will always pull for him. When everyone booed him when that whole thing happened with his wife. Guess who was standing up in section 333, clapping and pulling hard for him?
That is true, but it was all in sarcasm.
That was me. That was Max Talbert, who was cheering on Marcell Ozuna. Everyone booed, not this guy. So, and my positivity, I'm not taking any credit, but maybe Marcell heard that. He heard that one guy out there. Maybe that gave him the spark that he needed.
It also made him want to turn the car keys over at night. He's like, that wood fed up in the top. He believes in me. He believes in Ozuna from the Braves. Here's my car keys.
So that was pretty good. So the Braves lineup. I mean, surely to God, the Braves are going to make the playoffs. Do they win here? Okay, so here we go. We've dicked around this long. Do the Braves win what? Will this be 6 or 7 in a row? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Talking about
24. Be 7 in a row. Yeah. So do the Braves win the National League East 7 times in a row?
I think so. My money. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can see
the Phillies, right?
Yeah, the Mets are not.
Yeah. So Marlins are not.
No.
Angels are not.
No.
Okay, so what are you left with?
I can just see the Phillies. The thing is about the Phillies, they're such a pain in the ass, and it drives me insane because I hate Philadelphia fans. I like the Phillies. It just irks the shit out of me. I hate losing to them. So, but I can see a way that the Phillies win the East this year, but.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'd like to win it, but that doesn't matter to me. Can we sustain and can we get hot in the playoffs? And do we have enough pitching? Because I do think the hitting's going to be there. And I think, Buck Bellew from our buddy at 680 The Fan, he said it last year. All these, and I love to watch them play day in, day out. Acuña and Albies, they seem like they have a lot of fun. But when it comes playoff time, we need some dogs, man. We need some guys that are just not going to be denied. And if you think about the last time we won it, you had different leaders on this team. You had Freddie Freeman. You had Dansby Swanson. You had, even though he wasn't playing day in and day out, what's the right fielder, the Greek guy? No. the guy never hit any home runs, but was a good right fielder.
Oh,
Batted-
Arcia? Or not Arcia. Shit. Heredia.
No, dude, the Greek dude that's from Woodstock.
Markakis wasn't on the 21 team.
Yes, he was. He was on the team.
not.
Yes, he didn't play because he was hurt, but he was on that team.
Nate Markakis, I thought he retired after the 2020 season.
Check that out. But anyway, you had enough of those locker room guys, and then you're right, Jock Peterson, and some of those guys were just dogs. And once you get to the playoffs, you got to have those.
He retired in 2020.
Oh, well, all right. Well, there's enough bleed over. That you still didn't have enough. I don't think you have enough dogs in the dugout in the clubhouse. It's nice to be all, jump up and pound your chest, but when the playoffs come, it's a different ball game. And I just think the Braves have wilted over the last couple of years once they got in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think that has to do with the playoff format. I think is shitty. I think that's and then also playing guys 162 games, especially last year. Whenever the lead on the East was what? It was
unnecessary. Yeah, unnecessary.
Yeah, it was like 15, 20 games. I mean, there's just no reason to do it. So I mean, we'll see. What opening day is in March 28th, right? Isn't that March 26th?
Coming up.
What Braves fans are we? We don't even know what opening day is. But it's right around the corner. Actually, I have to look that up. I know it's March something, right? It's
I always thought it was first weekend in April, like the first Monday in April.
Let's see. Yeah, so it's Thursday the 28th. 10 days. We open up with the Phillies. And then we go to Chicago on April, which is just
we get snowstorms.
I mean, who designed that? Terrible. And then we don't play at home till the 5th of April, and that's against the Diamondbacks. So we might have to go to that. Anyway, I have high hopes for this Braves team. I think we're gonna do a bi-weekly probably podcast on this, right? Do like a Sunday night and then do or Sunday afternoon and then do middle of the week.
We don't have to do it every game, but like after every series or
every series, talk about it, because to me, as a Braves fan, there's a massive gap in people and fans talking about the Braves. So hopefully we are that. If you don't like it, don't listen. I don't really care. I'll talk to myself about it because I do. So if you're a Braves fan but not a Georgia fan, just ignore the Georgia stuff. I'll label it. If you're an Alabama fan, Auburn fan, Tennessee fan, I don't really want you to watch this.
They have internet?
Huh?
They have internet?
I think in a couple trailer parks they finally got.
We got a bunch of hillbillies pedaling a bicycle and giving electricity out there so they can get the internet. Big old long beard.
Florida fans, I don't really want you to subscribe or watch videos at all. So, but if you're everyone else in that category and you're a Braves fan, watch, enjoy, and then we'll probably do a couple. I'm sure in the next week or so we'll do some more Braves content. So. If you're a Georgia fan and watching this, you know what I'm about to say. Check out Don the Dog, blog writer there. If you have shipping needs, go to Unishippers Atlanta, and you're going to ask for – who are you going to ask for at Unishippers Atlanta?
Marcus Gore.
Marcus Gore, MVP Marcus. He is loose, and he is ready to roll. All right, well, we'll see you on the other side, and hopefully we have more content about the Braves.
See ya.